I'm Ruth Tomandl. I'm a senior producer on the development team at Monolith for Guardians of Middle-earth. For serving the console players, we really wanted to keep the matches streamlined and kind of in and out a little more quickly than the PC MOBAs. PC gamers tend to be more willing to invest a lot of time, and I think they have more patience, whereas console gamers kind of want a much faster, kind of a more immediate experience. We can pull characters from the Lord of the Rings books and then from the upcoming Hobbit films. Also, looking deeper in the lore and pulling out characters like Hildefonds. He's a character that's barely mentioned in the books, but he just seemed really compelling to us. And it was like, what would Hobbit do if he went off on an adventure and never came back? Like, what would he find and what would happen to him? There's a company that holds the license for the Tolkien video games and movies. And so we work with them to make sure that our game is authentic to that license. We put character customization in between the matches, so that once you get in a match, you're fighting, you're kind of using the strategic map elements, but you're not spending a lot of time customizing your character. We also start out all the Guardians with 3 character abilities at the beginning of the match, so we kind of shortcut a little bit of that initial laning phase and get you more into kind of the bigger fights more quickly. But at the same time, we did really work to keep the character customization really deep. We wanted to keep that strategic, kind of overall map awareness, reward that a lot. We really wanted to reward the tactical cross team play. And I think that one huge advantage that we have that will serve both of those groups is that we've got voice chat. Voice chat built into Xbox Live Arcade and PSN, where teams can coordinate a lot more quickly. And actually, that was one thing the MOBA pros, when they came to test the game, so that they were like, oh, I really wish that that my MOBA had voice chat in it. So I think that there are things that we're not just sort of trying to retread old ground. We're also trying to add things to the genre that really serve that gameplay type and actually improve on it. PC MOBAs are very, very centralized around clicking, around mousing over things, around single targets. I mean, that's all very PC, mouse and keyboard centric. So from the beginning of this project, we knew that the controls were going to be the biggest challenge. So we spent from the beginning a lot of time on the controls. It was one of the first things we tried to do, and it was something we tried to get a lot of usability testing for. So we had people who played console games but not MOBAs, people who played MOBAs but not console games, people who had never played an Xbox, we had a lot of different groups come in and test the controls, and things that we thought would work ended up not working, and things that we didn't think would work ended up working really well. And I think what's interesting is that our controls ended up being really close to console action RPG controls, which I think people are familiar enough with that now, people who've played console games, and even some people who haven't, they pick up the controller and it feels very intuitive to them how to move around, how to attack. And so I think without really looking at action RPGs and trying to emulate them, we kind of ended up with Convergent Evolution and ending up in kind of the same place, which I think to me indicates that we're going in the right direction.